All right, here's my thought. We have just a little, I think this is a 6 by 12. I think is what I cut out. Yeah, 6 by 12. We might, I don't know if I want to try and get 2 players in on this or not. I may. This will be our top. You know, we have to cut that down to the right size, and then this is just Luan that I had scrap laying around over at the store after them doing the ceilings and all that, and I figured we could just build a little control box out of this, you know, and then put a top on it. And of course, when I do the sides and the ends, I will put another brace in here. We'll frame this all the way in with bracing and glue it down. That way we have a bigger surface for our side panels to hold on to. And I'm probably going to do the same thing with the top. Is what I am thinking is we can frame this out with bracing, and then it can sit right down in. Now that does kind of cuts down on how close we can get to the edges with our buttons, but I don't want to make it totally out of plywood, you know, because that thing will weigh a ton. So we're gonna use some Luan and we'll do some bracing and glue it and shoot it down with some brads, with some Bradleys. First thing, let's see. If we're going to the edge, yeah, then we're not. Okay, we can kind of hide the corners. So if that's the case, we need to put the ends on. We want the ends cut, and then we can lay our, because this will be the front, we can lay our fronts up and it'll cover that raw edge. You know, we can do it like that. We'll have a raw edge on the end, but we won't have a raw edge on the face or the back. These, what did I cut those? I think those are 3 inches. Now what we can do is, in order to get maybe 2 players in here, we'll see how it's going to work out. I may have to make 2 of these. But what I'm thinking is we can put our 1 player and 2 player up front. Is what I am thinking. Might be wrong, but it sure sounds good to me. Alright, we want to make the top so we can, you know, remove it in case we need to do some work inside. We don't want to put it down and shoot it down, glue it down, and then you have a box that you can't get in. You know, in case you need to change a button, or you screwed something up in wiring, which, you know, happens now and then. So, we're going to make the top removable. We've got a good base. I wanted a heavy base, at least, you know, so it sits better, you know, whatever. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start making some cuts and getting our sides ready to go on, and then we can probably start assembling. I'll cut down my little braces and we'll get those all squared away, and we'll see what we come up with. Alright, here's our box. A little rough, but it'll do for what we want it for. This is not going to be for playing games. This is just for testing purposes. Now, I don't have enough. Where can I set that? I do not have enough round buttons. But what I do have a plethora of are these square buttons that, if you remember the one auction, I bought a bunch of stuff. I bought a big giant box of buttons. And they're mainly from gambling machines. So, you know, we're going to have like climb reset. When we have climb reset and collect bonus, you know, so, but that, like I said, this is just for testing purposes. Now, on our top panel, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit 2 players in here or not. You know, the start buttons are fine. And we have a 1/2 inch border, and our nuts that hold our buttons in place have to be at least a 1/2 inch inside. This is the back side we're working on. So I'm going to mark out a border at a 1/2 inch all the way around. So we can get our nuts to hold our buttons. And like I said, this one may be a fail, but we may only be able to go with one player. And if that's the case, then so be it. Yeah. Might not be quite square. But, so that's when we screw our nuts up on there, that's what'll hold our button in place. So that's where it has to be. Up that far. Or in that far. And all the way around the border here. And like I said, it's going to be close. This is what I was looking at earlier. Like that, and that would be our joystick. And I have to do the same over here on this side for player 2 or player 1, whichever it turns out to be. This player 1 and player 2. And then we need 6 buttons right down the middle for our fight buttons. Our kick, punch, poke, and slam. So now I gotta figure out So we have, these ones will be pretty simple. These ones will just center right in here, and they'll be center, be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buttons that'll all be centered right down the middle. So that'll be easy to pretty much determine. And then now we have to figure out where those ones are going to go. I may have to just get a bunch of these nuts. But we got to watch, because if you get them too close, then they'll hit on the corners. But like I said, it's going to be tricky. Might be able to kind of do it that way. So as long as there's enough room to put our nuts on the back side. Put your nuts on the back side. And we need to have them as close as possible. So we can get the 6 down the middle. See, you'll have your 4, and then we'll have to. And we need 6 buttons right down the middle. Looks like fun to me, huh? I just don't know if there's going to be enough meat left in between these to actually hold up. But we're going to try it. Alright, I'm going to lay this out and see what I can come up with. Okay. I think you can see a couple mistakes in there, but I think I got it figured out where we can get everything in for 2-player on this. Okay, what I did was my board here is 12 by 4 3/4. So first thing I did was split it, which is 2 3/8. It's half of 4, real close. Is 2 3/8. Okay, the center of each one of these posts is, what the hell did it, coming off of the edge is 5/8. So I could get my 5/8 line and 5/8 line and 5/8 for the 2 end ones. Then it was a matter of an inch and 3/8 to here, to here, to here, to here, to here, here, and here. And that would give me all of them. Since we have our lines here coming in 5/8. 5/8, is that what I said? Brain's about fried. Yeah, 5/8. coming in 5/8, so that gave us that line, and we had the center line. Come in 5/8 here and here, and then we could come down 5/8, split it inch and 3/8, inch and 3/8, like I said, all the way across. You make your mark, and then you can draw them up, and that gives you your outside buttons too. And 3 here in the center, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 per player. 1 set of 3 for player 1, 1 set of 3 for player 2. Now I'm just hoping that I did do it right, and our board has enough strength to handle all of these holes. And then if we have enough strength to handle all the holes and we don't blow out anything, then it's going to be a wiring nightmare. It's going to be, everything's going to be nice and compact in here. Would be easier if we had those little mini buttons, but I'm just building this with whatever I have here. So that's what we're doing. We're just building it with what we have. I haven't bought anything for this yet, except for, you know, just extra stuff that I had bought before and I had lying around. Okay. So now I'm going to drill this, and we're going to see if we have enough strength in this to handle all these buttons and holes. Alright, so far so good. Put a couple of these in. That one has that washer on it. I kind of want them to lay down flat on there. I looked, I don't have enough blanks and to take all these stickers out. They're stuck right to the insert. Like I said, it's just, this is what we have on hand. Oh, that one's a little bigger. Now I'm gonna have to go through and see. I got one big one, which I don't want to use. Have it all. Can you see what I'm doing? Then we have to put our switches on the back. Climb, climb, dive, climb. Let's see. I'm going to use a dive. That one's sticking. Okay, you get the idea. Okay, I went ahead and moved forward. I had a few problems. Let's see, I had to notch those out for the canuts, and I didn't calculate or realize that these holes that I put right in the center were going to hit the button, the bottom button. So I had to move them over. So now we got two girty gashes on either side of the buttons. And you can see I put got all the switches in. I aligned everything so it'll daisy chain real easy for player 1, and same here for player 2. Everything will daisy chain really easy. For the lights, I'm not sure if I'm going to hook up the lights or not. We'll see. It may not. It's not going to take much to, but these ones, I keep trying to set that down in there and think of stuff I want to tell you. And these are easy. These do not twist in or anything. These just kind of pop in. They snap in place. Two in the center, I had to bend the tabs up a little bit. Bottom ones I bent down out of the way, and then the top ones I bent up, so we can get those all done and wired. And now she sits in there. So now it's ready to be wired, which I think I'm gonna cut this off at this point, and we'll do another video on getting it wired, because it's going to take some finagling and some fun to wire, and it's going to take a long time, and I want to show you what we have to do to get it wired. Plus, I think this one's probably been long enough. So I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And if you do enjoy it, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe if you're new here. So until next one, where we start wiring up our control box, see ya.